Okay. Chibituba. Anybody online? Anybody online? When you join, please share. Welcome to WeAreGhG. Last week, we had a nice time. You can check out the video. On the timeline. Yeah, we did a little bit of Q&A. Had a couple of artists asking questions. By the way, WeAreGhG is a platform majorly for young and growing artists. We discover artists like WeAreGhG, AJ Glory. This evening we'll be having an IG live with AJ Glory. So you're welcome. See, Flo is on the background, See, Flo Kelvin boy. Okay, so right now this is my favorite song right now. I feel this song. Are you ready? Give me some love. Please share. Okay, just share. We are talking about money and music. When we say money, it's business. Most people want to invest in music, but where to start from? It's just where to start from. This industry is just like any other industry, the health industry, the teaching industry, the banking industry. There's a journey that everybody has to take. There's a structure. The only thing is that I will talk from my side as a Ghanaian or as being in Ghana, the music industry in Ghana. You understand? It's just that the systems are a little bit misplaced. So a couple of people don't see the steps unless you've actually been in it. That's why you get the mainstream movie, because they've understood the structures. They know how it works and they follow it. But when you're young and you're coming, you are all hasty and all that. We'll talk. Just keep sharing. The last time we did well. We did over 100 shares. And we had over 600 views. We didn't talk much, but today we are going to talk much. We're going to talk. Charlie, effect. I talk you effect. Yo, effect. Open effect. Abante, Charlie, Florication EP is out. You understand? Go check it out. Charlie, bad. Snow beat there. And sound right there too much. You go be my I hope you are sharing. Charlie. Okay, so if you know anybody who wants to be in the music industry, who's already in it, any young and growing artist, you can share to the person as well. Just copy the link and then put it in any group that you are in. And let's just talk about the music industry. Today we are just going to look at it in a wholesome form. We are not going to dive in that much, but we'll talk enough. You understand? I have, for instance, from last week's live, I got a couple of artists asking me questions. about how they're going to make money and how to start their career and all that. It's a lot. It's a journey, and you have to be first. And you have to be willing to take it. If you are not willing to take it, make you no start. You understand? Make you no start at all, because just like somebody starts saying that, oh, I want to be a doctor, goes to secondary school or senior high school, that's science, that's medicine, and ends up as a doctor. It's the same way. You have to take some steps as an artist, as a musician. You have to understand how the system works. You have to know how it moves. You get it? Yeah. So basically, we are going to look at the music industry. Actually, the music industry itself is a work of art. Emmanuel, Japan, Charlie, for WeAreGhG, Charlie. Thanks for joining. WeAreGhG, share. That'd be nice. So you understand, music industry itself is a work of art. It be, you understand, the artist with the creative director, with the producer, with the graphic designer, with the video that you see, it be beautiful. It's just creativity way then they display. That be the music industry. You understand? So it's just this creative, like this work of art where it be made up of music creators. You understand? Then we get the customer face. Those way then they come in between us and the consumers. Mostly, for instance, in when a setting like this, artists will be requesting for support. You understand? Supporters. Coca-Cola, they sell in tin. They ask you for support. You understand? Yeah. Just let the consumer like what he or she is hearing. The person will become a fan. That's all. You don't need to beg. You bow. That sense of entitlement will be. So then get another body weight and they in between, who is between the customer, the consumer, as in the fan, and then you, the artist, or like the music creators. And then they get the business phase. Those be the record labels, the managers, publicists, you understand? Them they actually find a way to make money out of the craft. You get through the customer phase and other means. You get, yeah. So I just took the trouble to break down the industries that make up the whole music industry. I just break them down to like 10. First, I would like to start with the recording industry. The recording industry. We will break them down. We will break it down, but let's just mention them for now. So the recording industry, the digital music distribution industry, the streaming industry, the live and touring industry, the licensing and syncing industry. Very important industry. Like Gambo. More artists they get problem with Gambo, but more talks there. We ain't paying for more. The management, the music publishing industry, the radio, then the legal team. We mostly start this work on a team base. So when it comes to the legal team, it's a very deep conversation. We'll tackle them one after the other. Audience and then the fan. The fans, the fan base, like we could qualify them as a whole industry on their own. You understand? Yeah. Okay, sorry. So if you listen to breakdowns from beginning, we start with the record industry, because every time there's always this complaints about record labels. In Ghana we don't have record labels. In Ghana we don't have. There are a couple of, at least I know of 3 off head: BB&Z, Blanks, Black Avenue, that are doing marvelous work, that are breaching the creativity and then the corporate world. They are putting a bridge and they are making it work together. It's very beautiful. You understand? So this record industry is basically like the business phase of the music industry. They actually take your creativity, your music, they take it and then they take it out to the corporate world. If you have a million people listening to you, they are just listening to you. What do you get out of it? So, for instance, YouTube says that if you have a million people listening to you or watching you, just put it there, and then we'll get the corporate or the products to place adverts so that you can also get a share. This is the work of labels. You understand? Like Vivo, like Netflix. You get? So there's a lot of connection or network between them. But when you're coming, you're only thinking about creating the music. As an artist, like just sing and you put it out there, and then it always doesn't work that way. So the record industry, just as the name sounds, record, like recording, they take care of the production. They kind of own the production. You can create, but they bring it into being. So like the music producers, the beats, the sound engineers, the recording engineers, the songwriters, get the artist is found there. You understand? They make up the music. They bring it into being. Simply put, let's just put it there. And then after bringing it to being, they get it to people. Promotion. They get a song to people. Like they make sure that if there are 1,000 people at Accra Mall, how do we get our artist music to Accra Mall so that 1,000 people can hear the person? They actually structure that. And then also the distribution. So for now, there are more streaming platforms, a lot of streaming platforms. So I think just the breakdown has been made easier now, because you can just go online and then register to a distribution platform, and then they'll put your songs on all the available stores or streaming sites. But actually, that's the work. It's part of the functioning of the record label. Please share. If you join, share. If you join, share. If you join, just share. You understand? Just share. So the record label mostly matures with technology, from the era of this record player to the era of CD. That's why we hear people like Sony, because they manufacture the players. We hear Apple manufacturing iPod, getting iTunes. It mostly matures according to the way technology matures. If you look at the record labels, so that's one thing that impedes us. Our labels, when you look back, we had good labels, people who were producing songs, albums, like Despite. You understand? We have like OM, like Bandes on cassette to sell. All of a sudden, can't do it anymore because they couldn't move with the technology. The new streaming technology that came up, they couldn't move with it. But of late, you see, Despite Media making a lot of streams online. There has been a little bit of transition. You get. Please share. Awasha, please share, Charlie. Thanks for joining. So I don't know, if you did try enter into this industry, you should be willing, and then you should understand the breakdown, so that you don't end up doing, or like on unwanted investments. You understand? So now when you're coming in, if you know this structure, you know what you're coming in as. Are you coming in as an investor, as a manager? Are you coming in as an artist? Are you coming in as a blogger, as a promoter? You know where you fit, so that you can be able to function well. You understand? Basically. So the record labels right now, its branches has now been separated as industries. When you see, it's now much more clear. At first, the distribution was inside the label, but right now we have distribution platforms also doing that same job. Nothing has changed. It's the same way. And if you understand that all this is moving towards, let's say, an artist trying to start. If you understand that, you know that as a creator, the first point that you need is a label. A label is made up of production. So if you're doing music production, that's the first thing that you need. So you are going to get a music producer. The music producer also knows that he or she is a content creator as well. So needs somebody to do production for. So there can be a connection. When you start, let's say you don't have money to pay the producer, when you understand that these are our functions and this is how we are going to go about it, it's going to take you like a long time to work together. You understand? We've got staff that are working with Papa Ogy for a very long time. How to be paid qubit. You understand? Right now, Papa Ogy working with Master Gazi. So it's understanding. It's understanding. When everybody understands their role, it makes it more easier. It makes it very, 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 very easy to cry. You understand? It's more of a partnership. Now, when you are fortunate to get somebody coming in that I want to help, mostly we look at that person as a record label. No, unless you have actually sat to have that type of discussion, knowing what the person is putting in. If you know your role that you are playing, any other, it's like you as an artist right now, you do everything. Probably you have your own studio, you produce, you record, you do everything, and then you go register on it, you do everything. But now you want somebody else to do something. Now what role can a person play? If you are able to digest your role, like you put it down as it is, like the way we have labeled out that this is how the music industry looks like. You understand? So I think today I'll end here because I don't want to go too deep. This is just like an introduction to what we are about to do. Music and money. Music and money. Remember the structures. The structures. If you are able to remember the structures, you know where you place yourself. You know when to approach legal tenders. You understand? When somebody puts down a paper, don't just take it as it's a paper. You need witnesses. You need people to actually, yo, Charlie, keep sharing here. Keep sharing. Keep sharing. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Keep sharing. You get, so basically all that we are saying is, unlike the Ghana music industry that looks like a foundation, like an NGO, music industry is actually an industry, a profit industry that has structures that are quite mismanaged now, but hopefully with understanding we can be able to change a lot. I'm talking from my angle, that's the Ghanaian music industry. I know a little bit about the Nigerian music industry, the Liberian music industry. The Liberian music industry, for instance, is very young. It's old but young in a way. You understand? The way artists from Ghana and Nigeria are able to get on other platforms is hard for them, but I think they are working hard. People like CIC, Jarido, they are doing quite a lot. So let's end here today. I think I said 10 o'clock, but we've done it a little bit earlier. No problem. Just when you come, you watch, you share, leave a comment. Any question, you can inbox WeAreGhG. You can subscribe to our channel WeAreGhG on YouTube. Yeah, so Charlie. Please don't forget to share. We've said a lot. Don't forget to share. Check out Sifting EP. Check out Florication. It's out on all platforms. It's out.